Hello, everyone. We started just a bit early. Um, well, actually, not that too early. It only just turned 3. But hello and welcome again to another Let's Play with Catherine and Nicola. Um,
Hello.
we're going to be playing a game that called Gris, or yeah, Gris. It's sad. I think it means sad, but it's a very nice game. It's very soft and sort of atmospheric. I played it during quarantine and I really enjoyed it. But we're just going to take a second here and I'm going to send out that we're live on Twitter. Um, but yeah, how is everyone today? Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Sorry, my cat is running around once again in the background. Alrighty. So, how are you, Nicola? You were telling me,
Oh, I'm fine.
you had done the driving earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, driving lessons. I'm currently doing driving lessons. Uh, my lesson today, went surprisingly well considering the last 2 weeks have been key, so to speak. But, I'm learning, so yeah.
Yeah.
People need to be easy on learner drivers. Everyone was a learner once. I am an utter noob at most things, so that's just me in a nutshell. But I'll get there in the end. Hopefully, hopefully.
Hopefully. I wanted to
But no,
try to.
that's but no, that's yeah, that's been my day pretty much. It was originally meant to be Wednesday, but I had to reschedule because I had a meltdown over a bloody thermostat on Wednesday, and that just set my mood off.
It's
Uh,
just not a good mood.
no, I've not had like any form of anxiety attacks in the better part of a year since Mum was in the hospice,
Mm.
but it's true what they say. Sometimes like the silliest thing can just set it off. And I remember one time having one get set off over the fact that I couldn't find a pen when I was at work. And I look back now and I'm thinking that is like one of the dumbest things, but my old job was fairly stressful. It was it's like I said, it was night shift. I was a cleaner, which oh, some people just treat you like a complete serf and a complete dog's body.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, and working 12-hour shifts. And at the time, not that our pay was bad, but it could have been better. But it's apparently it's improved since I've left, which is just typical. But
Yeah.
but no, it was a job, so can't really complain that much. But
Well, yeah,
yeah,
that's how sometimes things are. Can't really
yeah.
complain too much, but oh boy, like these, like these stuff is just like, ugh.
It was mostly people's attitudes, and that's my own like personal belief. Doesn't matter like where where you work. Sometimes it's like if you're holding down a job, no matter what it is, it could be either the highest paying job or the lowest paying job at the same time. It's a job,
Yeah.
and there's people out there that would give an arm and a leg for that job. whether it's, I don't know, selling newspapers or picking fruit from trees or pulling stuff up from the ground or, scrubbing toilets to, like, being an engineer or being a doctor, it's, if it's earning you money, no matter how much or how little, it's more than what some people have out there. It's just my 2 cents. But yeah, people's attitudes stink towards those that, work in, like, the lower industries, the unskilled jobs. People are such
Yeah.
snobs. And that just, oh god, that grinds my gears. Really grinds my gears.
Yeah.
I've had people, like, look down their nose at me, just for the fact that I was just a cleaner, as they so said.
Hmm.
But I know for the fact that if, my crew, and obviously the other crews that, worked alongside, like, the other night shift and the day shifts, obviously, and, for those that worked in the canteen, security, if you weren't, part of the company, you kind of got people, not everybody, that being said, but, some people did look down their nose, and I just wanted to put up their arse half the time when they were like that, so, because people would treat it like you were invisible, and I remember yelling out aloud quite a few times, my feckin' invisible in this high-vis. I wore PPE, I had to wear PPE in the warehouse,
Hmm.
so I had a bright yellow high visibility vest,
Oh gosh.
and couldn't be any more visible wearing a bright purple polo shirt. That was my work uniform. Bright purple. And people acted like they couldn't see me. I remember thinking, I know I'm small, but I'm not a bloody borrower. I'm thinking, I swear to God, people walk across my wet floor one time, they're getting hit with a wet floor sign. I swear to God.
Oh goodness. Alright. Well, I'm gonna press new game because I
Okay.
had beat this game a couple of months ago, so let's see if I remember how to do most of the stuff. But we can keep talking. Are you sure you want to start a new game? Yes, because I already beat the old game.
And how long would you say this game takes? Is it a long game, or is it like a...
Um, Maybe I would say about 3 or 4 hours. It's a very beautiful game.
I love games like that, though. Baltic kind of reminds me of the little creatures in Journey for some reason.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of this game was is very screenshot worthy, like being different backgrounds. It's a very, very good game.
How long has this game been out? It's been out for a while.
I think it came out this year, I want to say. Let me see.
I love the style though.
It came out in December 2018 for Microsoft Windows and iOS in August of 2019, and for PlayStation 4 in November of 2019. And then it's on the Android in 2020, as of April of 2020. So it's been out for about 2 years, or close to 2 years. So it came out like a month and a half after Red Dead Redemption for the computer, and then was on the phone for a bit.
And what's gonna happen is I might consider looking into getting this because I'm curious about it now. Because I love a good indie game, especially if they've got their own unique art style. It's like, you know, just outside the box, out of, you know, the typical norm.
Yeah, that's very true. This game is very much outside of the norm. As you can see, it's by a small, I wouldn't say they're small, but they're a studio called Nomada, Nomada. I don't remember if they were French, Portuguese, or if they were Spaniard. They're a Spaniard studio. But yeah, the game's really good. I think you would enjoy it.
Yeah, I think I owe some people like an apology for, you know, not streaming on Monday just gone there. But my reason behind it, I would have done the stream, but I was in the middle of recovering from an absolute banging head of a migraine. Banging head of a migraine, that's a new one. I had a migraine, okay? Banging head of a migraine, I can't English half the time, I really can't. But no, Dream Daddy will be going ahead on Monday, and I'm trying to figure out other potential games to play after. But yeah, because I've got a whole catalogue that I think peeps might be interested in. And, you know, like sometimes if I'm playing a game, you know, I might not be particularly good at the game, but, you know, it's... Yeah, I'm not the best for certain games, so I tend to stick to the games that I know that, you know, I can essentially handle, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But nothing too complicated for me. That being said, sometimes I even think Kingdom Hearts can be complicated sometimes.
Well, Kingdom Hearts is
Stressful. Stressful.
I mean, I think that you can play Kingdom Hearts. It's a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's long.
It's really long.
It's long, and the storyline can be confusing because you have different times, you know.
As a good series as it is, the story is fairly cheesy.
I mean,
when I say fairly cheesy, it is very cheesy. At least
well,
in my opinion. Not saying it's bad, because it's good. Because it's, it's Disney meets Final Fantasy, what's not to love? Even though I need to revoke my gamer cred for this, I've never played a Final Fantasy game. But no, I have played a few of the Kingdom Hearts. I've played the first one. I've played the second one. That's it, really. But no, I think like more recent times when I was I was replaying. I was starting to replay Kingdom Hearts 1. And I seem to be doing a lot better than what I used to be when I was younger.
yeah.
Because it made me think, man, I must have sucked really bad when I was a kid playing this. Because I actually managed to get through quite a good little portion of the Hercules Colosseum segment. Because I got to fight Cloud. Or more like him beating me up and you having to start the whole round again and just getting really annoyed at it and I got about as far as Neverland and then I stopped playing it for some reason, so. But I think the segment after that is Hollow Bastion, I think. Yeah. Because that's when you meet Beast, I think, because Belle's obviously one of the, spoilers, princesses that have been taken, and he's looking for her, and I remember thinking, I know there's 2 boss fights that I just can't wait to get to in this segment. This won't cause me to get angry at all.
Not at all.
No. Because I remember I was thinking about it earlier because some of you might follow Cloudy McDoom on social media, but he does a lot of content for like video games, and some of the recent ones it's been Kingdom Hearts, and it was a video that he done about, I think it was tall enemies in Kingdom Hearts, and I just automatically thought of that absolute nightmare boss, like one of the first bosses that you actually come across, and it's in Wonderland. It's the Trickmaster. I hate that boss. It's just so annoying. He's like, his arms spin around, he spits fire, and everything in the room moves, and you're like shrunk down, and you run out of magic power, and you get like not having enough ether potions in. I think that's one thing I like from playing Kingdom Hearts again. Especially before a boss fight. Especially if it's Ursula.
Yeah, there's ones in Kingdom Hearts that are they're obviously they're really difficult. They're a lot like old Final Fantasy like bosses and things like that, but it's like some of them are just really easy and you're like, oh, like, oh, I guess.
It really reminds me of Journey. In certain ways. Maybe it's because it's not obviously like in the middle of basically nowhere and you're having to scale these buildings and I'm just getting Journey vibes. I love it.
And down we go again. So the point of this is, um, you're collecting star bits, like,
Hmm.
and little checkpoints, like what I just hit. And if the the statue that you were sitting on uh, broke apart and she had lost her voice, so you're trying to
Hmm.
regain those again. Um, so it's we're slowly going through this sort of abandoned world.
Hmm.
You have to watch out for that wind because it will push you back.
Something else that reminds me of Journey. Like that segment towards the end of Journey when you're up the mountain. I think I fell off the bridge once and I had to go all the way back again. You know, there was one game I remember playing when I was younger and I could never figure out how to actually play it properly.
Hmm.
And I think I only managed to get past like the first level or two. And that was Rayman.
Oh.
I could never figure it out. And I don't know why. I think between that and Driver. Well, Driver wasn't my game, it was my dad's. But some of y'all know what I'm talking about when you mentioned the training level, so to speak. Where you've got that list and you've got like 60 seconds to do all these moves and it doesn't tell you how to do the moves, when to do the moves. Yeah. My dad couldn't figure it out either, but that being said, he wasn't a gamer, so to speak. He had a Sega. They were called Sega Genesises over here. I think the first game I ever played, it must have been either Streets of Rage or Sonic, but I want to say Streets of Rage. I wasn't good at it, but you know, given the fact I was about, 4 or 5 years old, so.
It was called Sega here in the U.S. as well. I think it may have just been called
The Mega Drive, or?
yeah. I think it was just called the Mega Drive in Japan, and maybe in some other Asiatic countries. But I had Sonic. I had Sonic for mine, and a couple other games like X-Men, a few other ones.
There was one, I don't remember it that well. I remember the name and I remember some of the sound effects, which is weird. And it was Golden Axe. Where my dad, if anything, he played Tetris on the Sega. I don't think it was called Tetris, but essentially what it was. That was about as far as my dad would expand into gaming, was Tetris and Solitaire on the PC.
Red sand everywhere.
Almost kind of got like a watercolor feel to it.
Yeah. I can turn into a boxer.
Yeah, I think that would be me if I had a superpower.
Y'all boys better watch
cool,
out.
Like, it wouldn't be anything cool like, you know, invisibility, laser eyes. No. Watch me, I can the incredible cardboard box lady.
I can walk with it too. Yeah, it's I've always wanted telepathic powers, either that or the ability to fly. But I think that
suppose it would be that it come with its own problems.
yeah.
Teleportation in Harry Potter, how you don't have like enough concentration to essentially splice yourself into it because you've done it wrong. Either that or be invisible. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but that also has its own like little issues and powers and problems. Because then it's like, oh, you know.
It'd be cool if you had like the what's her name in X-Men? Was it Kitty Pryde? And she can like phase through walls and the likes. I think that would be funny to kind of like spook people with.
Yeah.
There'd be no such thing as a locked door.
Yeah, I think I have to jump up there. I did for a while want Kitty Pryde's powers. Oh, I don't think I can reach it. Just because I was just like, that'd be cool. And I think, yeah, that's what I was listening to. Modern problems require modern solutions. Oh, wait, I don't actually need you. Okay. Sorry. Alright. Just to make sure I didn't forget anything in here. Alright. And we keep going. It's a lot of crying women statues.
This is like the type of game you would show people when they can like try and counteract with the idea that, you know, video games are art form.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about yourself, Catherine, or that, but it lines me up how some people are like really snooty nosed about, you know, indie games.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, oh, you know, boring ass indie games and who cares? But you know, people care. You know, people that want to play those types of games, the developers, the people that want to tell their own creation or stories, and just to say they can. All games are the same, but boring.
Well, there's a lot of really great like indie games that are out there that you just kind of have to take your take the time to actually take a look at.
Hmm.
Um, because I know that some of them might not have the best sort of like summary and things like that,
Hmm.
but then it might be vague, and some people are like, I don't like vague.
What would you say is some of your favorite indie games?
Um, well, we played two of them, Donut
Hmm.
County and Gris. Um, let's see.
Expand the question. I'll expand the question by adding your obviously favorite indie games, and is there any indie games that you know you've got your eye on that are you know in current development or due to come out in the future? And
Um, oh, that's right there. Okay. There is like I think I was trying to talk about it last week, but then I kind of got sidetracked. But there was a indie game, that I had played sort of the beta of, and it was a game, called, oh, I forgot. I forgot what it was called. But it's basically you play as a raccoon. It's a 3D world. And you play as a raccoon that can customize a skateboard, a longboard. And longboards are made for cruising, and you can also race with them. But yeah, this little raccoon was like was riding down a highway with it, and you ride down with like music. Not You can ride down with like music and things like that, and just oh yeah. Real quick. And collect like Doritos and things like that. You can pick up like currency. Why would I do that? You can pick up currency and things like that to upgrade like your style, purchase the music. I'll look it up and I'll share the link again to I'll share the link to our Around the Campfire. Just so everybody can see what we were talking about. Cause it's a really kind of soft game, and I'm always in favor of like these soft games. No, I wanna jump. Let me jump. There we go.
I know there was one other indie game I played a while ago. Oh god, it was called Bound. And it's quite unique in itself because it's its own style. It's really quite out there. And I just loved it because it was just so different. Can't really remember what the story is. I think it's women trying to piece together our past or something. But the art style, like the little avatar, I think based around the poise and the movements of a dancer, a ballet dancer.
Yeah. Oh, I have heard of that.
They must have had somebody in a mocap suit doing ballet steps, and I don't know how much it is on PS Store, but if anybody's curious, check out Bound. I think there's a demo. You get a demo for it as well if you're not too sure, but
Yeah. Isn't it VR?
I'm not sure if it is VR. I don't think it is. I mean, you might be able to play it on VR, but I'm not sure. But no, it's an interesting game. But I would still say one of my favourite indie games, and I'm so mad that it lost at the Game Awards in its Untitled Goose Game. I was wanting that to get Best Indie Game, but I think Disco Elysium got it.
Well, I've heard that Disco Elysium I've heard that Disco Elysium is pretty good. A few YouTubers that I've seen have been playing it. Kind of off and on, just like, oh, we'll play this again, like if you guys want more of like the story, or we're gonna return to this at some later point. I have like a log of games that I need to go through.
Because I've seen it on the Steam library. Not sure if I put it on the wish list because I've got quite a few games on the wish list. But there's a lot. I remember seeing a few of the YouTubers play it. Predominantly Jacksepticeye, I remember watching playing it. And it was the game called Valiant Hearts. And I know that's one game I've got in my catalogue that I've not played it yet. But like a really touching story. It's about, well, it's multiple characters that you're playing, but it's based in around the Western Front during the First World War, which is something you don't really get in games because, if it's like a war game, it's predominantly either, World War II or, like Vietnam or something. And but it's quite a human story, I would say. That's what makes it, unique in itself. And I like that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like human stories. Just because I think that, not so much that we miss out on them. It's just that, yeah, human stories are good. I like, the whole action and things like that that we get from the action stories and RPGs and things like that. But I do like, just human stories where we learn about these characters in the world that they live in, and we try to piece together, like what makes them who they are. Just like, are they capable of being, like, are they capable of being good people, or soft, sort of introspective games. And I know some people might find them boring, but those are games that I do like to play. See if I can make it in time. Oh, I'm gonna make it in time. Yeah. Oh yeah. Any game currently by NF Arena, which is the people that are the developers behind Donut County and Sayonara Wild Hearts. Their games are really good. They're sort of like Devolver Studios in the sense that they publish and kind of backroll these smaller indie game studios and like their games and things like that, and they help them get to the market that they need to be in. So games like, like Donut County, or there's this one that's on Steam. I don't think it's an Arena game, but it's sort of like what is it called? Basically, you play as a police chief. He just got sent to like come back here. He just got sent to sort of like a small town, and you kind of have to like there's
Deadly Premonition?
No, it's not Deadly Premonition. I'll look it up again. But it's on Steam. But basically, you're a police chief that gets sent to like this sort of small Midwestern or Northwestern city, and because there was like some forms of corruption, things like that. And so you are you are sort of weeding out and controlling the police station, and at the same time there's some like things going on like investigations and all kinds of stuff. You gotta make sure that the people under your control aren't, corrupt and things like that. So it's an interesting little game, and I've seen a few people play it. I have to remember the name. So, so later, after this is done, after I edit the video a little bit, I'm going to look it up, and I'm gonna share that to Twitter as well. Like these are the two games that or the three games that we were talking about because we were talking about Bound as well. So we'll share their little trailers. We'll share their trailers to Twitter.
Hmm.
I had to get higher. Today has been a long day. But I'm glad to be here and playing this for you.
Yeah.
So just a quick announcement while I'm doing this. So normally on Fridays we do stream, and on Mondays we stream as well. But this coming Friday, next week, we won't have a live stream, but we will upload the video. Nicola and I will be playing Oregon Trail. Organ. And we're going to be going through that, playing as much as we can. We might make it a little bit long episode, but since we're going to be playing Resident Evil on the 30th and the 31st, I figured that, it would probably be an hour episode. But yeah, next week we're going to upload our video of us going through Oregon Trail, and on Monday Nicola is going to be playing through Dream Daddy still. She's going to be looking at her daddies. My sister, you haven't met them yet, at least I don't think, but my sister went for the daughter's teacher. And
I think I'm just about to meet him, I think, actually.
Yeah, I think you'll like him. He's very Charles-like, Charles Smith-like. And just like that, we're in a new little area. We brought the color back. Oh, went the wrong way. Yeah, I think the game on I think the game is called This Is the Police.
Hmm.
As I'm looking it up a bit. But yeah, I think it's called This Is the Police. You are by THQ. Yeah, this is it. This Is the Police is a strategy adventure game set in a city, uh, you know, spiraling the drain down the drain. So I want to go back this way, but I don't have the thing to go back that way. But basically, you take the role of a police chief named Jack Boyd, and you'll dive into a deep story of crime and intrigue. Will Jack reach his retirement with a nice stack of bills, or will he end up broken or worse? So that's This Is the Police. There's two. I think there's two. There's This Is the Police 1 and then This Is the Police 2, which is a continuation of the story. Um, and I think depending on your actions in This Is the Police, the first game, will determine how um, the story will be for you in the second game. You know, did you leave this town disgraced, or did you leave disgraced, or were you a good cop, a good venerated, sort of police chief kind of deal? Because
Hmm.
you do get opportunities to accept bribes.
Hmm. You could be
But
good cop, bad cop.
yeah, and I thought it was an interesting sort of like game, um, because it's definitely something that I think I think kind of brings in like that gritty sort of noirish type feel that
Hmm.
you would get. But this is my favorite level, this forest level. But yeah, it sort of brings in like
Hmm.
this kind of gritty noir type feel, because I think it's set in like the 70s and the 80s.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that was that one, and I'll look up the other one because I know that I know what it is, and I'm just
Isn't Disco Elysium, is that not meant to be like a
just
murder mystery or something like that? Or.
yeah, it's an RPG, and you can make your character however they want, and
Hmm.
depending on what you do to your character, depends, and your decisions really does affect the way that your character is. Like if you decide that you want to roll like joke stats and your character's an alcoholic and they don't get enough sleep, and then your character will be like super alcoholic, not enough sleep, has like bags in their eyes, will be rude and cranky and things like that. Um, and there's somebody was talking about if um, if you nod your head, like if you there's an option to nod your head at your
Hmm.
partner, kind of like, yeah, I understand you, or yeah, I think we got this. And so
Hmm.
there's an option to do so. Um, but like you can keep going. You guys can keep nodding your heads back and forth
Hmm.
until you nod your head, because when you guys try to one up each other on how ridiculous, you can nod your head. And so if you don't, kind of do it right, what ends up happening is that you might snap. You might snap your neck. Hello, Bubbles, the majestic flap flap. I love your name. But yeah, that was in Disco Elysium. So a lot of people really enjoy it because of that sort of ridiculous, ridiculous sort of instance. Um, sort of ridiculousness of that
That's
because
Joanna. That's
hey,
Bubbles. Majestic flap flap. Hi, Joanna.
hey, we're actually uh I can either finish out this level or I can pause it here, because we only have like a few minutes left in our live streams. Usually we've really been doing it for an hour or so. So it's up to you, Nicola. What do you want to do? Want me to finish out this
Uh,
level?
yep. Because you said it's your favourite level of this segment, is it not?
Yeah. Just because I like forest levels.
Hmm.
But hello, Johanna. We're playing Gris, which is from a studio called Nomada. I do not know if they're from Portugal or if they're from France, but it's a very nice game. Um, but yeah, Disco Elysium is ridiculous in the fact that it's like I realize that I probably cannot get up there and
Well, a worthy contender for Untitled Goose.
yeah, it's a murder mystery game. It's a noir game, but it's sort of like set in the future ish.
Hmm.
Like it's not cyberpunk like Cyberpunk 2077 or any sort of cyberpunk type, games and things like that. It's more of like, oh, I made it. It's more of like, it has a future setting, but you do things sort of old school in a sense. There's my little guy. What? This is why I like the level, because I have this little guy. Just trying to help him get his way home.
A little plant pot with legs.
Yeah, he's like a... Yeah, remember those little machines from the last level?
Hmm.
That's what he is. He's a little machine. He's got in like a square. But he's part of like a little tribe. Yeah, he's part of a little tribe of little pot people. There you go. He's gonna show us where to go now.
That's cute.
Hmm. Yeah, all I need to do is feed him some apples. It is very pretty. Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad that you found an apple, but you need to get up here. There we go. Jump, 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 jump. There you go. But yeah, we're going over just a little bit more so we can finish out this level. But yeah, Disco Elysium's pretty good. It's long because it is an RPG, and most RPGs are fairly long. Um, let's see if I can. But yeah, you can definitely, if you wanted to watch like some gameplay of it.
Because you said the game's about 4 hours max, give or
Well,
take.
for this one, for this one, I would say maybe about 4 or 5 hours. Maybe
Hmm.
I mean, depends on how fast you go through it
Hmm.
and do like the levels and things like that. If you get stuck. But yeah, this is definitely one of those kind of like you take your time in this game. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, you take. This is a game that you're supposed to. What? Uh-oh. But yeah, this is a game that you're supposed to take your time in, and just sort of enjoy the environment. There's no real way
Hmm.
to speed run this. There's no, as far as I know, there's no real way to speed run this because your character, as you can see, doesn't run too fast, and um, you can't. Technically, you can't fly, not yet. There, you can regain her ability to like kind of hover or to float. Um, but it's. Was there an apple back here? No, that's just how you were. You, that's just how your character animation is. Can't run
All
too
for the
fast.
apple.
I need 2 stars. I have to go the other way. I was just making sure. um.
No harm in double checking. That's what I say.
Mhm. But yeah, those little sort of things right there, they help you get your powers back. So every time you bring a constellation, it gives you a power. We're getting there. Yeah, it's a lot of it's sort of I would say they're expansive but not terribly expansive levels.
Hmm.
Um, okay, there we go. Uh-oh, uh-oh, okay. Oops, got a little too happy. There we go. Kind of have to.
It's at the top of the tree, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But as you can see, is every time that I jump, the leaves disappear.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to.
Ow.
Oops.
Reminds me of Unraveled in that aspect. You have to get your timings right.
Yeah. Let me go over here real quick. Hello. Okay, no, that's just up here. Hello, no name. Start over again. But yeah, that's why I asked if you wanted me to continue, because, there we go. Because this game is, the level puzzles can be a little bit long.
Cornell! Hi, Cornell.
There we go. Hi, Cornell.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. Alright. I only have one little star, though, so I have to get the other ones. We are playing Gris, Gris. That's from a studio called Nomada, and they released it. It's on Switch too, I think, but it's on the PC, for cell phone, and um, for the PlayStation. Let's see if I can get the other ones. Trying to remember, because there's one there, but we need two. Let's see. Ah, here we go. I think this is the other one. Those are all those little guys. Those other pots.
Hmm.
I wish I could wave to them.
so cute.
Mm-hmm. Woo! There we go. Look, it's our buddy from before. I think he was the chief.
Chief plant pot.
Mm. Thank you. And now let's go back. Yeah, the game is very much like a lot of level type deals like this where you are going back and forth, back and forth. No, I think she's working right now. I think Jackie is at work. So unfortunately, it'll just be me and Nicola. Oh, we got our hover back. Which means we get an extra little double jump.
Ooh.
Hopefully we are good company. This has been a very quiet stream because this is a quiet game.
It'll be a different story when we're playing Resident Evil, I can assure you.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to my turn to be playing RE3 remake. I don't do spooky games.
I think we'll be fine. Or I think you'll be fine. I mean, you want to play Oregon Trail, but you don't want to play Dying Light. And I'm just like, what's the difference?
But Oregon Trail, it's like 8-bit animation, so it's not really creepy.
But there can be creepy 8-bit animation. You know?
I just wish I was able to play the actual Oregon Trail, like the actual like old school game, not the first one, but you know, the other editions, like, you know, second edition, third edition. But I can't. I need to do a remaster and release it on Steam or something for like an anniversary thing or something.
I think that would be fun to play. I mean, I know that you can.
Let's face it though, like if we set up a caravan together to go to like either Salt Lake or California or something, I would be one of the first ones to die. I would get measles and die.
You
or
get
dysentery and die. Or bitten by a snake and die.
Well, I mean, you're afraid of
Drowned in the
everything.
Kansas River.
Oh goodness. I mean, you said that you're almost afraid of everything, so I think that you would live.
I
think-
wouldn't say afraid of everything. Well, I don't like snakes and spiders.
Well, see,
Yeah.
and so how are you going to get bit by a snake if you're afraid of them? That's my
But I go
question to
looking for
you.
them.
Yeah, no, why would you go looking for snakes if you're afraid of them and spiders? Okay. There we go. And one more. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Something that I know that I'm very excited to play with you guys coming up is Dead by Daylight. We're gonna be playing that with Joanna and Jamie and Jackie, you and myself. That should be the killer, and then we have 4 survivors. Joanna, Jamie, Jackie, you, myself. Yep, that's 5 people. So that's 4 survivors and 1 killer.
I'm gonna die so quick in that game.
I'll be with you for that, because I did not play it when it came out. I have it. I should have been playing it, because I read like the stories and things like that for it. But I have not I've not played it.
Isn't Michael Myers, like, I know that there's loads of like DLC villains. I know there was Pyramid Head. That was one of the latest ones. Where you get Michael Myers.
Yeah, there's
the whole murder daddy thing. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, games where you get stalked by enemies creeps me out. I think, like most people, the concept of being followed freaks a lot of people out. So.
Well, it's you got your licensed you got your licensed like slashers. So Michael Myers, Jason, well not Jason, but Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, the Demogorgon from what you calls it, from Stranger Things. The girl, the apprentice to the Saw villain. She's in this game. Who else? Leatherface, you know, from what you calls it. I'm trying to remember the name. Leatherface from you know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, you got those. Uh-oh. Very angry bird. I think there's a few more, but most of them are created sort of slashers. Oh, Scream. You got the
Ghostface.
Yeah, you got Ghostface. You have one of them. You don't have both. Because if you remember from the movie, there were 2 Ghostfaces, and there was one. There was Danny, and then his friend Eddie, I think was his name. I don't remember exactly, but you have Danny. You just have Danny. But technically Danny was the main anyway. He was the one that was like in charge of all the planning. His friend was the sort of hanger-on. I'm jumping on this, and it's like, no, you're gonna fall through. There you go. Not this way. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing either because I didn't play it. Joanna and Jamie and Jackie are gonna be like, you know, if they're taking turns as the killers, we're gonna be like, so what do we do? I have no idea.
It's kind of like the vultures in Jungle Book. Ones that
Yeah.
are kind of like mimicking the beetles.
Are they mimicking the beetles? I thought they were mimicking the monkeys. But okay, they're mimicking the beetles. I was just
I
like,
think it's
what?
because they kind of almost had like a puddling accent almost.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Not sure. Not sure.
If someone knows. I wouldn't know either. It's like, oh, I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask somebody who actually, lives. I think I'm doing it too. I realize I think I'm doing this a little too late. Okay, so I just gotta keep holding. There we go. That's what I was doing wrong. So we're racing to the top. Let's see how this goes. Wait, before I go, is there anything? No, there's nothing over here. But yeah, I will not know what I'm doing. I mean, I could probably get some practice in before we actually like record that episode. It's like, but then I'll have to be playing with like random, so at that point, is it worth it? But Joanna said that I can play with her, or Janie said she can play as well. So let's see, let's see how it goes. The level's almost over, I think, if I remember correctly. We got the bird. He's trying to eat us. Maybe, I think. I think he's trying to eat us. Either that or just stop us. And then we got back our ability to hover. We have 3 little stars. Yep, we're almost done. With this level at least, if I remember. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. I think we're supposed to get into it.
It's Pete Venom's cousin.
Yeah, I think we're trying to get him to ring the bell. Basically, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get him to ring the bell, but which is very Venom. That's what we're trying to do. But I wasn't timing it correctly. Um. Oh, goodness. And up we go. This game is a lot of going up. Up and up.
It's kind of like a squid pouch that
Mhm.
squid's an octopus doing like threatening to let out that think set. Reminding me of that there. Just to be crude, knowing me, so.
Nicola. As
Kill up the mood.
we have this beautiful moment, and you're just like, looks like a squid.
Looks like a squid fart.
Oh, oh gosh. And we're back at the beginning, I believe, and there's water now, so that means we're getting close to some of the other levels. Um, the trees no longer have leaves; they're now water leaves. So this design for this game is like really cool. Just the way that they decide to
Hmm.
implement like the different levels and the elements and things like that for it. Um, so that's why I wanted to play this. So I can show you guys it and maybe get you interested.
Hmm.
Um, I know some are coming in a little bit late. You guys are here long enough to see us um, go through this level of the game, the force level. We're making our way back to the main temple, but yeah, the game is like really nice. It's one of my favorite indie games, and it's definitely something that I think everyone should try to check out.
Hmm.
It's I have no idea how much it is on the PlayStation Network. I know it's on Switch. It's on available on probably yeah, it's available on Steam, and you can get it for your phone as well. So if you have an Android or an iPhone, it's available on those. Yeah, I don't have any way of getting to those other ones that we saw, um, because we don't have the other powers. Um, there was one that we can turn into sort of like a bird, but that's
Hmm.
later. And so we would have to essentially visit this at a different time. You know, sort of like in some levels of like games, you won't be able to do anything
Hmm.
until you have like the requisite power. So it's like this part is
Yeah.
locked. So that's what this
That
is.
reminds me of Spyro.
Hmm.
Like you're doing Fracture Hells and you meet the alchemist and you have to help him and help Hunter. But then you're told just after you finish the first segment that oh you need to learn the head bash move in order to, do the next part. you have to come back again later. And so you basically finish off that homeworld, defeat the boss, go to the next homeworld, talk to Moneybags, he teaches you new.
Mm.
I think you have to pay Moneybags, but you get taught the head bash move, and you have to go back to Fracture Hills
Mm.
and do the first segment with the Alchemist all over again. And if you've ever played Spyro 2, whether it's the original or the remaster, you all know who the Alchemist is because it is one of the most frustratingly annoying little side quests, little side things to get an orb. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Screw that guy. Screw that guy. It's an escort mission, and I think that's like escort missions are usually infamous within video games for being really tedious.
Yeah. Well, this is the end of our stream because I had asked everyone, they said yes. So this is the end of our stream. This is Gris, and Gris is from a studio called Nomada. I wanted to finish out the forest level, and yes, Spyro is very frustrating, but we absolutely love it anyway. It's so cute. Um, we're going to on Monday is Nicola is going to be playing through Dream Daddy, and then on Friday next week, we're not going to have a live stream, but we're going to upload the video. Nicola and I are going to be co-oping on Oregon Trail, which is a little spoof on the Oregon Trail. We're going to be playing two survivors going through zombie infested wastelands. So, yeah, more Dream Daddy on 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time. And be sure, because I always keep forgetting to say it, but be sure to subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell notification on our YouTube page. That way you guys can get any notifications if you aren't on when we upload videos and when we do streams. And when Nicola does streams or when I do streams or when we just upload our videos of streams. So, of past streams or anything like that, we have a playlist that we're going of when me and Nicola are together, and Nicola's putting together a playlist of her own of all the things that she does. So, that's it, really. But definitely, we'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic weekend. If it's already weekend time, have a great Saturday. I know you guys might be a little bit further on in time because it's 4:34 here for me, and it's what 9 o'clock, a little past
Nine
9.
9:34 for me, my neck
Yeah,
of the woods.
yeah. So we're gonna stop the stream here, and we'll upload the video later, a little later once I make some edits to the end because it always has that little screen and make sure we do our little title card. But that's it. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day or a fantastic rest of your night.